What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about One Championship Friday Fights 110. Earlier in a previous video, we talked about the two MMA fights from the card. And for the purpose of trying to keep the video short, we're going to break these down into a few different videos. Now, I didn't realize that there was only one kickboxing fight on the card. So we're going to involve those in with the Muay Thai fight. So this is going to be a longer video. If you're into combat sports and you want to hear about some of these combatants in One Championship, I compel you to stick around because we've had some really good fights. So let's go ahead and talk about the first and only kickboxing fight with Hu Yi versus Ryuki Kawank. The Chinaman versus the Japanese native. This was a very interesting fight. In the very first few seconds of the fight, Ryuki was able to get a knockdown against Hu Yi. He landed a beautiful high kick that cruised right over the guard and put him down, cracked him right on the jaw. But he got up very quickly and kind of rebounded. As the round continued, I felt like Hu Yi was kind of finding himself in the fight a little more, but I had Ryuki Kawank winning that fight very, very easily, especially with the takedown. Now, as round two came, Yi had more success with letting his hand go. He also had a big flying knee, but his opponent, Kawank, he seemed to start gassing a little bit. So maybe that's why Hu Yi was having some of the success that he was having. But he looked like a much better fighter going into the second round. And then the third round, it was just more of the same. He started to gain momentum with the boxing, with the leg kicks, kicks to the body. And we started to see a little bit more clinching, and that's kind of natural just from all the fatigue. And the decision disappointed me a little bit. Right? Ryuki Kawank did end up winning by unanimous decision, and you know what? Ultimately, I think him dropping Hu Yi in the first round kind of decided it. That's kind of hard to rebound from, especially on these closer fights. And as I'm watching One Championship, these kickboxing matches and these Muay Thai fights, some of them are incredibly close. So one big moment can literally determine the whole fight. Remember, there are no takedowns in these sort of fights. So, you know, sometimes these guys are just beating the crap out of each other. And like I said, sometimes just one big moment can make all of the difference. So, great fight. But moving on up to start the Muay Thai series of fights was Super Yan Chan versus Muga. Now, I was a little bit worried about Super Yan Chan, but with a name like Super Chan, I felt like the kid might have something special, and he really did. He was 5 inches shorter than Muga. He was listed at, I believe, 5'5" or 5'6". Muga was 5'10". And this fight was absolute chaos. I mean, this is one of these fights where these guys were just absolutely beating the crap out of each other. I mean, they were both landing really well. Super Yan Chan was doing a great job of getting across the void and landing the shots on the taller opponent. Muga was doing a great job of keeping his distance and popping his jab and landing his leg kicks, the push kicks. I mean, the whole thing. I'm looking down to kind of look at some of my notes here. I just remember it being an extremely competitive fight. Now, in round two, I do want to mention that Super Chan was saved by the bell. Muga did land a pretty nice combination and had him dazed pretty bad, and then just like that, the bell rings, and he gets to go back to the corner and recover round three. More of the same, just beating the shit out of each other, straight up. But ultimately, Muga was able to do a little bit more, really a lot more. But you know what? Super Chan, a.k.a. Superman, had a good performance, and I think he'll be just fine. Moving on up to the Muay Thai fight of Arya Akbari versus Feenando Amaya at 163 pounds. Now, the announcers were talking like one of these guys are for sure going to sleep. So I'm at the edge of my seat. And while Nobody went to sleep in this one. It was still a pretty entertaining fight. I am starting to grow an appreciation for Muay Thai like never before. It's fast-paced, it's violent, and it's just outright fun. So in round one, off the bat, they tied up in a clinch super early. It ended with Akbari tossing Amaya to the canvas. And you know what? Akbari just seemed to be a little bit stronger than Amaya, and he was the one pressing forward. He was landing a lot of his shots, and Amaya just didn't seem to have an answer for it. But in round two, Amaya did bounce back strong. He was able to have a little bit of success with the counter striking. You know, whenever you are the aggressor and you're walking forward, and you're the one with all the danger, right? You're the one throwing everything. You do leave yourself open at times for some of these counter strikes. And Amaya was I would say, brilliant in some of these opportunities to get some counter strikes. Amaya did land a nice strike to head kick combo to start round two. Akbari still pressed forward, but Amaya had way more success than he did in round one. Round three, clinch to start. Both guys are getting tired. There's a lot more clinching in these Muay Thai fights as the fights start to wade deeper into the rounds. Good combos from Akbari and a big front kick right on the mouth of Amaya, busting his face up. And then in the closing seconds of the final round, he landed another push kick straight to the face of Amaya. And Amaya was able to survive it. You know, it didn't put him away, but ultimately that sealed the deal. Akbari, in my opinion, won all three rounds, and the judges saw it the same way. He won his debut by unanimous decision. Moving on up to the catchweight Muay Thai fight of Komawut Group versus Soner Sin at 142 pounds. Now, in this fight, Soner Sin used all of his weapons. I mean, this was an absolutely beautiful performance, and we'll talk about it round by round a little bit. Now, this is another fight where there was a bit of a height discrepancy. Komawut came in at 5'5", Soner Sin at 5'10", so that's a lot to overcome, especially in these Muay Thai matches where you cannot implement any grappling, any wrestling. So that's tough. But let's get into it. Round one, Sin started with heavy low kicks, showing his range. And Komawut landed some pretty big low kicks of his own. To be honest, that's pretty much all Komawut was able to land, was the leg kicks. And a lot of times when you have this height difference, that's one of your best tools, is using that longer appendage and trying to land those calf kicks. But Soner Sin was using all of his tools very effectively, picking him apart from the feet, beautiful leg kicks. I had him winning round one. Going into round two, it was a little bit more of the same. Komawut threw a calf kick, and as he was throwing that right calf kick on his lead leg, Soner Sin snuck a huge left uppercut in that busted Komawut open. And he did recover well. I thought he was going to be in a lot of trouble, but he recovered well, and he survived and landed more strikes of his own. Again, mostly leg kicks. So I had Sin winning that round as well. That was probably one of his most dominant rounds, arguably. But round three was a little bit more of the same. Round three was a little bit more of the same, where there was a bit more clinching because, again, the guys were a little bit more tired. But Soner Sin was just able to change levels from the head to the body, throwing kicks, leg kicks, high kicks, everything. By the end of this fight, he had busted Komawut open. He had his face looking like a freaking meat pie. I mean, this was a very, very one-sided fight. Soner Sin ended up taking the win by unanimous decision, but it was one of the most dominant unanimous decision victories one could ever hope to get. Moving on up at strawweight Muay Thai, we had Toyota from Eagle Muay Thai taking on Yod Udon from Thailand. This fight was absolutely insane. It was so back and forth. It was violent. It was everything you would look for in a fight of the night scenario. So in round one, Toyota did get dropped by Yod Udon. Yod Udon comes back and then drops Toyota. I mean, it was absolutely crazy. Like, I can't even describe it. I actually posted a short on my channel for you guys to go and look at. But Toyota gets the job done. Walk-off finish. Walk-off KO in the very last second of the last round. It was a super, super impressive performance. Toyota started off the fight looking like the more dominant fighter, in my opinion, but Yod Udon started turning it on. I mean, I would say midway through round one, all the way through round two, and much through round three, Yod Udon was winning and dominating this fight, almost put Toyota out. I need you guys to understand that. Toyota was almost finished on multiple occasions, and out of nowhere, Toyota catches Yod Udon and puts him away in the very last second of the fight. I urge you guys, I'll drop some timestamps down in this video for you guys to go and watch the fight on One Championship's YouTube page. I urge you to go and watch it. It was absolutely incredible.